years now, my husband Seth and I have wanted to work with orphan children and vulnerable children and their families across the globe. We believe in ministries and organizations that do stuff for children all over the world, and we wanted to do more. So in 2018, we realized that the time was approaching for us to start our own nonprofit, which we ended up calling it Good People Global. Over the last 5 years, we've partnered with our church that has worked in the western province of Zambia. This province is a beautiful place with wonderful people, and we've been able to help build churches, buildings, dig wells, and we also help purchase land that an orphanage will actually be built on. When I went to visit this area, the town that's actually called Kalabu, I immediately saw the need that was so great to help the children and the families that were there. The people were wonderful, and it was so easy to connect with those that live in the village, along with their church leadership and their government leadership. There was an immediate connection and a respect on both parts, so we knew immediately that something more was to come from this relationship. We started our sponsorship program with 14 boys and girls that we knew needed help. This was from our partners that are on the ground in Kalabu, Zambia. When we went to visit, we realized that this number was so small compared to how many children actually needed help in our partnership and sponsorship programs. So when we went there, we upped the number to 40 almost immediately. We got to know these beautiful boys and girls that are just amazing. These kids need basic things like clean water, food, clothing, ways to be educated. Since they have to pay for school, not many of them get to go to school. So we immediately knew that we can't just do 14, and we know that we can't just do 40. Our goal is next year to raise the amount of sponsorships that we have now. We have 40 individuals and families that are sponsoring these kids every single month. Every month they're giving $40, and with their $40, it's less than like $1.50 a day. For that much money, they're able to help them go to school. They're able to help them get clean water, food, and clothing, the basic needs that kids need to live, to be able to do what they are called to this earth to do. So it's amazing that all these families, we had a Sunday, all these families signed up. They wanted to be a part of what we're doing. And like I said, we know that next year we're going to grow even more. We'll have more children to be involved in this program. Out of our 40 children, 10 of them have no mothers and fathers. So they're orphans. And then out of the other 30 that we have, most of them only live with a mother. And that mother most of the time is a widow. She lost her husband due to death. And so it's really a beautiful thing of what we're doing, what these families are able to help these children accomplish. Not only are we helping kids that don't have mothers and fathers, but we're helping these women keep their children in their home. They're not having to surrender their rights to the government to take care of their kids for basic needs. But because of the $40 a month, we're able to keep families together, which at Good People we believe in. We believe that families, whenever possible, they should be together because that's how it's created. You're meant to be with the mother, you're meant to be with the father. And so it's just a beautiful part of our story that we're able to empower these women to do what they were called to do as mothers, to take care of their children and nurture them with their basic needs. Because of our monthly sponsorships and partnerships and those who just give a donation to Good People Global, we've been able to accomplish so much already in just the short period of time that we've been up as a nonprofit. So many things have happened. Our 10 children that are orphaned, they're being fed twice a day. They're being cooked for and fed. They're being taken care of and loved on by our team that's on the ground there. It's so beautiful to know that these children, that when we were there, we actually saw them eating leaves and sticks, trying to find ways to survive, that they're actually getting wonderful nutrient food on a daily basis. This week alone, we were able to send money for 36 children to receive school uniforms and books that they need so they can go to school. A lot of the children had been chased away, or as we know it here in America, they had been sent away from school, kicked out of school, so because they didn't have the uniforms, they didn't have the books that they needed so that they could go. This, knowing that 36 kids will be able to continue their education, is amazing. 2020 is going to be such an awesome year with big plans for Good People Global. Our first and biggest plan is to break ground on our orphanage. This will be a safe place for our children, the ones with no mothers and no fathers, to grow up. We eventually want to have a school, a trade center, and an agricultural center to teach them different kinds of trade and to provide food for the area that they can sell, not only in Kalabu, but in the surrounding towns. Our first plan is to provide mattresses and bedding for the children. Right now, we have a place that they can stay safely until the orphanage is built, but they need a place to sleep. So that's going to be one of our first projects that we will hit the ground running with in 2020. We also plan to have our team up with medical experts in the area, those that can help doctors and nurses to help have the children have physicals done and see where they're at physically. Most of them have never seen a doctor before. So we want to make sure that they're able to get the vitamins, the medication, any untreated diseases or illnesses. We want to make sure that those are taken care of. That's one of our big plans as well for 2020. We will continue to dig wells so that the whole village can have clean water. Malaria is such a horrible disease that takes place all over Africa, and because the temperatures are so hot pretty much all year long, the mosquito population is enormous, and the clean water is very hard to find. So we know that digging wells is one of the greatest needs that's needed in the area, not only for our children, but for families and individuals that live there. We also want to provide feminine hygiene products for the females in the area. We're working with a company that wants to help us get these products that are eco-friendly but also reusable in the hands of these girls and young ladies. So many of them have to miss school. A lot of them aren't able to go out in public because they don't have the basic needs that they need just to get through their time of month. We realize that what we're saying is a lot. Our vision is huge and it's just gonna keep growing. We know that we can't do this on our own, but we know we can do it with people like you. We know integrity is a huge thing that's missing in our world today, but I promise you integrity is a value that we will always have. Your money will always be spent on making sure that families and children are well taken care of. We promise all of our sponsors, our donors, our partners, that their money will go straight to the need, that it will be so we can accomplish what our vision is, what this vision is for the world. And we don't plan to stop in Kalabu, Zambia. We want to continue this all over the world. We know with people like you, this is possible. We know that if we partner together, this is possible. So if you want to become a partner with us, if you want to give a donation towards what we're doing, if you want to see more happening with your dollar, we would love to partner with you. We would love to work with you. We know that there are people all over the world looking for good, and we believe that good people are everywhere. We believe that you're a good person, we're good people, and we just want to see the world be loved for, taken care of, and shown that there's hope out there. We believe every child has a future that's worth fighting for, and every child deserves a future worth living. So would you help us? Would you consider helping us cast this vision, make it possible for 2020? We thank you so much for your time. We hope you have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, all of it, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.